Raider Pavilion. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Raider Pavilion, home of the Moore Park Raiders. I'm Justin Borsis, alongside Luke Lamont, your color commentator this evening. Play-by-play is my responsibility as well, as we get set to start the second game of our doubleheader between the Moore Park Raiders and the Cuesta College Cougars women's teams matching up against each other. Raiders coming in with a record of 20-3, and the Cougars are coming in with a record of 12-11. They've won one. They're 5-5 in conference play, 5-3 at home, 4-5 on the road. The Raiders, last time we were here, lost against their rival Ventura, but have since righted the ship, winning 2 in a row.
Well, the 2-game win streak coming off a loss of the rival has been big. Meanwhile, on the Cuesta end, they're on a 1-game win streak themselves. The biggest difference in this game is going to be how Cuesta can play defense. Moore Park averaging 20 more points per game than they are. 70 for Moore Park, 52 on the Cuesta end. Both teams holding their opponents to around 51, 52 points, so it'll come down to whether Cuesta's defense can hold down the Moore Park offense.
Now, a reminder, it is again sophomore night. We saw it for the men's team. It will be the same for the women's as well. 3 sophomores to highlight tonight. Juliana Martinez, Jasmine Nichols, and Ashley Orozco will all be honored pre-game before we get started. Again, final home game of the season. The Raiders, most likely for the women's side, are playoff bound, so we may be covering playoff games in the near future. Stay tuned for the beginning of this game. Again, second game of our doubleheader. Justin Borsis and Luke Lamont on the call.
The sophomore Raiders will be playing in their final regular season home game tonight. At this time, we welcome the family of the sophomores to please come to the home bench. At this time, Moore Park College would like to acknowledge the sophomores who have dedicated 2 years to the program. The first sophomore of the night is Ashley Orozco, escorted by her mother, Maria Mendez, Sean Prysuck, Sarah Maraquin, and Success Prysuck. Women's basketball program would like to thank Ashley for her dedication and hard work for the last 2 seasons. Last but not least, our next sophomore of the night is Juliana Martinez, escorted by Jose Martinez and Rylene Martinez. We would like to thank Jules for 2 years, well, 2.5 years of dedication to this program, hard work, and keeping it fun for everybody on our team. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get another round of applause for your 2022 sophomores, Ashley Orozco and Jules Martinez.
Good evening and welcome to Raider Pavilion and Moore Park College basketball. This evening's Western State Conference Northern Division game features the Cuesta College Cougars and your Moore Park College Raiders. First, the starters for Cuesta. Starting at guard, 5'2" freshman Janelle Stanko. Starting at guard, 5'7" freshman Julia Carney. Starting at forward, 5'6" freshman Jaden Young. Starting at forward, 5'5" freshman Sam Watanabe. And starting at forward, 5'9" freshman Haley Abel. Head coach Casey Blair. Now the starting lineup for your Moore Park College Raiders. Starting at guard, 5'7" sophomore from Buena High, Julia Martinez. Starting at guard, 5'8" freshman from Pacifica High, Skylar Dillon. Starting at guard, 5'6" sophomore from Alameda High, Ashley Orozco. Starting at guard, 5'6" freshman from Buena High, Caden Mew. And starting at guard, 5'6" freshman from El Camino High, Rebecca Setoff. Morgan and Steve Parrott. Head coach Kenny Plummer.
Welcome back, everybody. Here comes tip. We'll give you the starting lineups as we get underway. Raiders have Martinez, Dillon, Orozco, and Caden Mew, along with Rebecca Sadoff. That one is controlled by the Raiders. Mew has it. And for Cuesta, Jaden Young. That one doesn't go. Rebound over to Hallie Abel. She's another one of the starters. Sam Watanabe. Janelle Stanko. And Julia Carney round things out for the Cougars as they take it in the post now. Back over to Abel. Abel gives it over to Stanko. No. Rebound Raiders. Orozco will push to Sadoff. Mew, baseline in the corner. Orozco, drive. Off the window goes.
Both Moore Park's opening possessions, we've seen a lot of quick shots, not letting the shot clock drip down a lot, which was one of the issues we saw in the previous two games we covered for this Moore Park women's team.
Trap leads to a steal. Orozco on the other end on the break. Got it to go. 4-0 early. An immediate timeout by Casey Blair, the head coach of the Cougars. He is not happy about that at all.
I don't blame him. A quick 4-0 advantage for Moore Park. As you said, a really early timeout. But he knows the danger of this Moore Park team. He knows their record. He knows how good they've been. I mean, they're currently reigning champions. And you don't want to get down too early against this team, and it's sort of a mental thing. You got to keep close in the start. And so far, Moore Park has shown that they have come out and ready to play.
Two-time reigning champions. Let's make that clear.
Two-time reigning.
2019, 2020.
They're looking for what would be a three-peat.
And I think that quest to timeout was much less about the fact that it was just a 4-0 game and just the fact that Blair was very unhappy with the way they started it.
Well, not to mention, right after the timeout, Moore Park forces a jump.
Moore Park forces a jump. Stays here. Over to Young. She gets it back to Stanko. A three. Got it! Opens the scoring for the Cougars. That was Sam Watanabe.
Well, to start this game, both offensive sort of doing opposites. It's quick shots from Moore Park, and back-to-back times for Quest, it's gone all the way down.
Inside, Dylan can't get the bounce. Goes around through. Dylan is okay. She gets up, tries to sprint back. Walled off. I thought there was a push. No call. Martinez the board. Foul. That may have been a frustration foul on Watanabe.
Foul number 22, Sam Watanabe. That's her first team foul on Quest.
And a stoppage real quickly as
for a shoe tying timeout.
Mew ties her shoe. Very colorful shoes we got. We got the pink.
A lot of pink.
We got Sadov wearing two different colors. Thrown up by Martinez, can't get it to go. Rebound, technically will be credited to Young. In the corner, three ball, strong. For Janelle, couldn't get it to go.
A lot of threes early
Stanko
on
has
taken
it
for
now.
Cuesta.
Drive over to Young. Young back out three, no. Martinez another board. Orozco ahead to her, she tracks it down. Back over to Martinez for three. In rhythm, no. Rebound goes to Abel. Alley. Corner three doesn't go, tie up. A possession arrow will give it to the Raiders. And so now, inbounding, Mew. Ooh, almost got fouled, no call, tumble. I thought Dylan got whacked right in the face.
I couldn't see the referee was in my line of sight, but seemed as if there was contact going up for the layup.
Jumper goes the other direction for Abel, and a quick timeout now by Plummer. Your officials for tonight's contest: Dwayne Finley, Kimco Long, or Leong, give both pronunciation, and Alex Carroll for this women's matchup. 5-4, Cougars lead, 6:15 to go in the quarter. Women's is 4 10-minute quarters.
Right now, nothing necessarily established for both of these teams. A lot of ups and downs on offense and defense, more so.
Well, I find it bizarre that Coach Plummer decided to take a timeout for that exact reason. Ooh, kicked around. Mew has it over to Sadov. In the post, bullet pass, can't get the bucket.
That was a great dish inside on the layup fake Well, Moore Park's got to capitalize on an easy bucket like that.
Janelle. Gianna Falacochia is set to check in at the scorer's table. Jaden Young tipped around. Sadoff denied the passing lane. Takes it away, waits for her teammates. Mew. Baseline. Orozco. Over, nearly turned. Sadoff retrieves, 13 to shoot in the post to Dillon. Dillon gives to Mew. Mew takes the jumper and knocks it down. Three-pointer it is behind the line.
That was a great setup offensive possession for the Raiders. Started off by the Sadoff intercepted pass on the steal. Great job slowing down the fast break and setting up good offensive play.
Trap! Nearly stolen away. Instead, saved in the post. Kick out. Stenko, no. Somehow offensive board. Reset Julia Carney.
That's what troubled the Raiders against the Ventura. The last game we covered was defensive rebound. It cost them big time, gave a lot of second chance points that ended up costing them the game.
Driving baseline, Carney, no. Walled off, closed out, Said off the board. Mew, Martinez. Sadoff. Rebecca to Orozco. Orozco behind the back. Foul. Count it. And Skylar Dillon will go to the line.
A big and one for the Raiders, up 4 now, chance to go up 5.
And Maisha Loomis will check in. Oddly, Gianna still stands at the scorer's table. I thought she'd come in first. Subs in. 10-5. 4:09 to go.
A great trap from Moore Park.
And somehow saved again. Carney.
It's a lot of aggression on the Moore Park defensive end, but they're not able to get these turnovers.
Young. Circus shot, a mess there. Orozco has it. 10-5. Loomis. Martinez. Orozco. Screen. Kick. Martinez thought about it. Mew also thought about it, then decides to take it. An awkward release off the back of the rim, retrieved by Orozco, who resets.
Moore Park started to slow it down as this quarter goes on.
Mew will turn it over. Set to check in at the scorer's table for Cuesta is Mackenzie Emmons. Freshman guard. Only 4 games started, come off the bench in 18 of her 22 games played. 4.4 points a game. Press again. This time tried to get in the post. Now she gets her opportunity and can't get it to go. Walled off, rebound Gianna. Full court to Loomis, who will not be able to handle it. Turned over.
Oh, a dangerous pass in transition. Would have paid off big time if completed.
Anaya Hutchins has also checked in.
Still going with the press look.
Carney. Over to Sam Watanabe. Carney again. Over to the newly checked in Mackenzie.
We've seen a lot of movement from this Moore Park defense, trying to confuse Cuesta, get a lot of turnovers. Hasn't worked out.
Who's in
so
trouble?
far.
Hutchins tries to retrieve and does. Kick to Martinez. Closeout. Drive. Layup. No. Stripped. Falacochia will go to the line.
There you go. There's some defensive turnovers that we haven't seen from the Rays. We saw some good trap defense, but not able to capitalize.
2:10 to go in the quarter.
Number 13, Jaden Young. That's her first 13 foul.
13 foul, Jaden Young's first. There's a timeout on the floor
Cuesta, timeout.
called by Cuesta. Very low scoring first quarter despite the fast pace. Not a lot of buckets going down.
Only 10-5, and I mean, look at the fouls. 3-0 in favor of Moore Park. Cuesta, due to the shorter, I mean, the quarter is breaking it up. You don't have to worry as much of the foul trouble.
Remember, because of quarters, 5 fouls puts a team in the bonus.
But then it goes away after the following quarter, I believe, right?
Yeah, they reset. They reset at the next quarter. What is it, 8 is double bonus in women's?
I think it's 8 or 10. It's one of the two, but either way, unlikely to occur. I mean, we've gone through this whole quarter with only 3, and they've all been on one team.
Regardless, Gianna goes to the line, shooting 2.
At the line for 2 shots.
First one doesn't go. Second one does, 11-5, 6-point game. She scores about, well, that can't be right. I think it's 7.8. I had a typo in my stat sheet. Martinez on the fast break gets the bucket, 13-5. Raiders by 8.
Did a great job intercepting the passing lane, doing it pretty much
almost
all herself.
Again. Instead, they call a foul. It was very close to a tie-up, but Orozco reached in.
And see a little bit of frustration for Cuesta. This Moore Park defense starting to shake them a little bit with the tightness. And they're able to make great plays. You know, there's not a lot of space. It's really congested. You can't really pass the ball very well when it's like that.
Inbound goes to Halley. Emmons now. Over to Young. Jaden give back. In the post kick. Top key, stifling D. 2 to shoot. No, they weren't aware of the shot clock.
This is something that's been happening the whole quarter, Justin, is Cuesta's shot selection, all their shots have come within the last 10 seconds of the shot clock, most of them as it's running down. It's the Moore Park defense up at the half court, struggling to set anything up for Cuesta, and it's taken a lot of time off the clock.
Jessica Magallanes has checked in for the Raiders. Sadoff back in. She shoots a 3, short. Rebound will go over to Julia Carney. McKenzie. Minute to go in the quarter.
They broke the press on this possession. See if they can finally get another good shot selection. Haven't seen anything since they had the 5-0 run after Moore Park's 4-0.
Carney will go to the line and shoot 2. 47.7 left in the quarter. Raiders by 8.
Raider foul number 42, Gianna Falcocoa. That's her second team foul in the Raiders.
I think the
Carney at the line for 2 shots.
Carney at the line for 2. Caden Mew checks in. Sadoff checks out. First one goes.
In the last minute or so, Moore Park's racked up 2 fouls on them.
Second one goes. 6-point game, Mew. Hutchins. Denied. Good step in there by Abel to tip that pass out of bounds.
She was able to tip that one out. That was bad. That was a bad pun. Tried it.
Didn't work. No flow there. Gotta have.
No, there wasn't much there.
Paula Cochia double teamed. Over to Magallanes for the bucket. Carney has it. Broken press. Young. Correction, that's Emmons. Now in the post. Jumper from Abel will roll home. 15-9. Raiders can hold for the final shot. 6 to shoot. 3, 2, drive. Good finish. And a beautiful use of the clock by Mew. And it is going to go back to 8 to end the quarter.
Oh, a great end of the quarter for Moore Park, 17-9. You're up 8, as you just mentioned, Justin. And a great job by Mew getting inside. Easy layup. Breakdown on the Cuesta defense. And so far, the difference maker is Moore Park's press. I mean, it has changed the sort of game for Cuesta. They're not able to get the offense set up the way they want to. A lot of passes being intercepted, a lot of close calls, a lot of fights for the ball. And so far, you have to give the advantage to Moore Park scoreboard-wise, and I'd say pretty much everywhere else, they're playing a great game of basketball to start.
Start second quarter, 17-9. Fouls reset. Raiders a 20-3 record. We'll see what the final league standings are and shaking out in terms of whether they win another league title. Following their loss to Ventura, that is an interesting dynamic heading into the final home game of this year. A lot to play for. Again, back-to-back champions in 2019 and 2020. When they won it in 2019, it was the first time in 29 years. Their previous championship before that point coming in 1990. Janelle Stanko back in.
I mean, right now they're looking for the three-peat. Back then they had it in 88, 89, and 90.
McKenzie, no. Rebound, Gianna. Over to Mew. Up to Hutchins. Transition in rhythm. 4-3. 20-9.
Moore Park starting to pull ahead. They got their lead up to double digits for the first
Tightening
time.
up the D again. They push it back out. Give to Janelle. Janelle over to Carney. Carney, give and go. Back they turn. Emmons. And offensive foul. Moving screen.
Quick foul on Cuesta. A chance for Moore Park to extend the lead. The biggest thing for Cuesta, similar to the men's game, but it was in Moore Park's situation, you got to keep the game within double digits. I mean, you got to keep it within sort of 10, 15 points. If you start to creep past that, it becomes a lot harder to find that motivation to stay in this game.
Mew and Loomis sit. Orozco and Martinez check back in the post to Gianna. She'll feed back to Orozco. Ashley circles, give to Hutchins. Open three again. Anaya Hutchins with 6 straight.
A great spark off the bench for Moore Park. She's taken over this game, the leading scorer for the Raiders off 2 shots.
Emmons, Carney, 3. No, can't answer. Offensive board on the leak out, and Taya goes to the Raiders. Cuesta has to be careful. They're in danger of letting this game get away. 14-point margin for the Raiders.
If Moore Park keeps scoring the way they do, we could look at a 20-point margin any second now.
Hutchins, screen, give back to Orozco. In the post, Gianna, got it. Nice movement there, 25-9.
The Moore Park offense found their rhythm, and the defense clamping down big time.
Denied and out of bounds. Now, you know Coach Plummer never stops till the final horn. He's got to like the way his Raiders have come out today, tightening up their D and really denying the passing lanes. McKenzie, Julia, baseline, move, 3, air ball, 6. Answer, no. That was open for Sam Watanabe, couldn't get it to go. Orozco the other way. She will kick, good movement and spacing, 4-3. Hutchins with 9 in a row. And she may now be the leading scorer.
And just like that, 19-point lead for the Raiders.
28-9.
And this is exactly what Cuesta could allow happen. Moore Park has found their groove. Meanwhile, Cuesta seems lost. All their shots still coming towards the end of the shot clock. Not the best shot selections. They're not been able to capitalize on anything. Moore Park has everything covered.
And in terms of Anaya Hutchins, the hottest shooter, she's rained 3 straight threes, but it's come because it's come in rhythm and with the good spacing of the Raiders. 7:41 to play in the half. 28-9. $7:40 to go. Out of bounds, off the hands of Stenko. I thought it was going to come over here for a minute.
And nothing's
You
going
and I
right
are
for
like-
Cuesta. And everything's going in favor of the Raiders at this point. But it's early still. I mean, only the second quarter. We're not even halfway through it yet.
Roscoe screen. Runner, no, can't get the front of the rim and roll down through. Checked in for the Raiders. Gabby Abarzua is now in the game. 3, no, brick, rebound, good to go off the miss. Meadow Ingle is in the game for Cuesta. Orozco in the post to Abarzua. She tries to face up, has to kick it back out to Juliana. Martinez to Orozco, around the horn we go. Orozco will take the 3 and knock it down. Red hot.
Well, now they get that 20-point lead they've been searching for, 31-11.
And no let up in the Raiders. Carney, they break the press. Over to McKenzie, now over to Janelle. Janelle give inside, Carney tries, no. And a foul on the floor. Roscoe thought she tied it up, but Ashley will get it. I think that's her second. Those are the only 2 fouls of the game for the Raiders on 1 player.
And speaking of fouls right now, that's only 1 apiece. A lot cleaner of a quarter.
Correction, they give it to Abarzua, so it'll be her first. Janelle, Carney, post-up move to Meadow. Meadow out to Watanabe. Watanabe back to Janelle. Janelle drive, jumper, air ball, rebound, Dillon. Skylar pushes. Into Abarzua for the bucket. Running the floor.
And Cuesta's got to figure something out quick. This
Dillon gets the
scoreboard's
assist.
not in their favor. It's sort of getting out of hand here.
Foul. Abarzua.
Almost another steal despite the foul.
Well, and Kenny's not angry about that at all. You know, part of basketball is sort of simultaneous, live through the play. You can't really control everything. Abarzua sits. Gianna checks back in. So does Sadoff. Which means, who sat down? Was it Hutchins?
It was.
Tough shot. Wow. Sam Watanabe.
And a big basket there. I mean, they just got to chip away. They get any sort of points as you can as possible. I mean, down 20, you got to sort of chip away. You can't expect all of it to come flying back in just a few minutes.
Got to start locking down D if you're the Cougars. Orozco driving. Nothing there. Sadoff open off the screen. No. Rebound will be off of Dillon and out of bounds.
Well, Sadoff had the open 3, and last time we were covering one of these games, Justin, Sadoff had a streak of 5 straight threes in a row. Not able to knock that one down.
Still employing the press. Martinez. Stolen by Orozco. She takes it to the cup.
Well, sort of a little bit of deja vu. Saw that exact thing happen in the first quarter. Orozco just took it down the far side. Easy layup.
And on the ground, what do we got? Oh, Tech, who is it on? Ooh, it's on Sam Watanabe. She said something. 2 straight games, we've seen technical fouls.
Yeah, and also on top of that, the second straight women's game that we've covered that had a tech.
This time, though, the Raiders don't get one. It's on Cuesta, and that could be frustration, Luke. From the beginning of this game, they've been outplayed. They're down by 22.
I mean, they had a 5-0 run in the beginning to take the lead after they called their first timeout due to Moore Park having a good run. But since then, it's been, as you said, it could easily be frustration because now down 22 on the scoreboard. You're closing in on the half. If you could cut it to 15, you'd be considerably in decent
and I
shape.
believe the officials are telling the coaches to knock it off. They're having a conversation with the coaching staffs to get both their teams in order. You know, I don't think the Raiders really did anything wrong on that last possession,
like
so I don't know really why Coach Plummer has to be involved unless it's really to nip it in the bud for the rest of the game.
Well, it seems more directed at the Cougars coach.
I think it's more of just keeping everybody in line.
Most likely. Because you don't want to technicals, I mean, early in this game sort of carry on and spin out of control. Moore Park just extends their lead due to the technicals, too. The free throws being shot. Both go.
2 more big free throws, and now the lead swells to 24. Sadoff will inbound. Looking for help. Martinez off the screen. She takes a reverse. Sadoff, jab, step, drive, dish. Tapped over to Orozco in traffic.
Orozco doing a great job finishing at the rim. Made a couple of big baskets on breakaways that time. A great finish there.
Janelle. Watanabe. Carney. Inside. Posting and nailing it. Hallie Abel. Got that. Whoa. Bucket nearly out of bounds. Dylan sort of laughs it off. No issues there. Orozco drive, turned over. One of her rares. Abel takes it, and that's really what Cuesta needs more of. Gives over to Carney, back over to Watanabe. Foul on Dylan, I think. No, it's on Gianna Falacochia.
Trying to get too aggressive.
3:17 in the half. Raider, well, if there's a time to be aggressive, it is when you're up by 24.
Yeah, but trying to steal a pass that you're behind, you're not really in position, not necessarily the smartest foul.
Jumper off the inbound, rolled off, Sadoff the rebound. She'll push, 3:11 to go. Loomis set to check in. Hutchins has the ball. Dylan. Whoa, nearly turned over again. Falacochia then somehow gets the angle off the gamble, but misses the shot.
Not a wide open lay-in. Maybe got to the backboard. You gotta roll that one off.
Drive. Abel. Carney. Kick. Watanabe. Sam. Thought about it. 10 to shoot. Looking for help. Tries to gamble. Gets it inside. Stumbling. And what do we got? Is it a travel?
Not sure. You dove for the ball. Dangerous dive.
I didn't see the clear travel signal, but obviously it'll stay here.
Well, I want to say it was because Mew dove and slid with the ball.
Yeah, so they probably would have called a travel because by the letter of the law, it is one. 3, Carney, short, rebound, Sadoff. Up the court, Magallanes, Jessica in trouble, turns it back over, saved, Loomis, reset, Sadoff. 2:08 to go in the half.
A lot of
Raiders
fast-paced
in
ball.
command.
Double screen.
Double screen, works to perfection, Sadoff the basket.
Great drawn-up play by Moore Park. Easy screen up top by Mew and Hutchins.
Foul on the floor. On who? I think it's on Loomis. Nope, it's Mew. I've struck out lately. 41-15.
I mean, a 26-point margin. It's getting close.
Jaden
Too
Young
close to 30.
in the post, just shoved up, nothing there, turned over again, and Cuesta can't find anything on offense.
I mean, they're not taking the best sort of shot selection. These aren't high percentage open shots they're taking. It's a lot of forced last-second throw-ups towards the rim,
Well,
heavily contested.
Well, they're also doing a lot of ISO work. You'd think they want to get some reverse ball screens in.
And I especially with
Oh,
how
like
it's
that
working.
back cut. No. Magallanes.
I mean, the isolation for Cuesta hasn't been working in any sort of way. I mean, you have 15 points on the board closing in on halftime.
12 and 11 overall. Over 3. Mary Jo Rodriguez is checked in. She misses the shot. Another one tried, doesn't go. Over to Sadoff. Up to Hutchins on the break, laid in. 43-15.
Are we going to see a 30-point lead here before half?
41, shoved by Mew.
I mean, it's very realistic that Moore Park could take a 30-point lead. I mean, they're on. I mean, I've sort of lost count the run that they're on. It's been quite impressive.
It's fair to lose count when.
I remember the last
And
thing
it's
I remember was it was 31-11 at some point.
Well, they scored 4 more.
So it was 4. The current run is
It's got to be
12-4. No.
No, it's more than that. It's got to be close to 18, maybe 20.
Definitely.
No.
So it's somewhere
15,
in around there.
yeah.
We'll just say 15. It's a good base number. I mean, they're
You
up
know,
30 points.
Any
Possibly.
sportscasters at home, try to be sure, but
We're not
30
too sure right now.
38 seconds left in the half. Raiders by 24. No, 27. Correction there. Magallanes, the jumper short. Rebound will go over to, I believe, Watanabe. Yes. Janelle. Carney. 3 doesn't go. 9 seconds. They have enough time to shoot. Hutchins takes a look. 3.
There's the 30.
Martinez nails it at half. What a half for the Raiders, and it is 30 as they go to break. This may be the breakout game they need going into the playoff hunt. So, Raiders 46-16 as we go to break. For the Raider live stream, I'm Justin Borsis alongside Luke Lamont. Stay tuned for halftime performance by the Raider cheerleaders. Stay tuned, 15 minutes. We'll be back with second half. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Moore Park Raider live stream as we get set to start the second half between the Cuesta Cougars and the Moore Park Raiders. Raiders by 30 as we ended the first. And Luke, what did you see the most impressive, really, start to date for the Raiders?
The most impressive start came off of the defense. I mean, it stemmed off a lot of turnovers, tight coverage, forcing a lot of bad shots for the Cougars, a lot of late shot clock shots.
3 will go for Sam Watanabe. They need more of that. And what does Cuesta need to do to try and claw their way back as Martinez will look to answer an air ball out of bounds? She sort of cringely smiles.
Well, they got to do a lot better on the offensive end. I mean, you gotta stop. You gotta change it up, sort of tempo. I mean, you started off with a 3, which is good. Everywhere needs work, especially on the defensive end as well. Moore Park putting up 46 and a half.
Pass turned over. 27-point advantage for the Raiders. Kick out. Orozco thought about it, then takes the jumper inside. No. Dylan just stood there, didn't get the board, and I don't think she's happy with herself about that. Janelle Stanko over to Mary Jo Rodriguez, who, did she hit it? No. Sadoff. Martinez. Kick. Mew. And reset Orozco over in the post. Martinez. Kick out to Sadoff. Close out. Whoa. What's the call here?
Placed a ball.
Did she step on the sideline or was there a foul? Because I think she stepped on the sideline.
I believe so too. I didn't hear any foul call. There's none shown on the board. Out of bounds turnover.
Carney. Gets it back. Runner, foul, and we'll go to the line. That foul will probably be on, well, we'll see, actually. Let's look for the refs. It is Sadoff. And Cuesta will shoot 2. First one doesn't go.
Oh, they're trying to hit the 20-point mark with this trip to the line.
Second one goes.
And Carney, a 66% free throw shooter.
26 is the lead. Martinez, kick over to Orozco. Dylan falls, picks herself up. Sadoff 3, got it. 29. Tipped out of bounds.
Well, the defense for the Raiders staying aggressive despite the large margin that they hold over the Cuesta Cougars. Still,
well, that's how the staff likes it. Nearly stripped, then turned back to Cuesta. And what do we got here? I think Cuesta ended up stepping out of bounds after they retrieved it.
Yep.
And so Raiders will get the ball anyway.
Well, the aggressive turnover steal by Mew ends up paying off.
And stolen away and fouled. Got a bit of a frustration from Ashley there.
And Cuesta's got, I mean, you got to pick something up. You've managed to cut the lead down by 1 point in the first 2.5 minutes of this.
Whoa, trouble! And tie up. It'll go back to the Raiders and back and forth over the last 2 minutes, really with no bucket scored.
It's sort of the same story as the first half. It seems like Moore Park's very calm, collected, well in control on offense and defense.
Mew, 3. Baseline, no. Leak out board will go to Carney. She gives it to Janelle. Janelle will take it. Back over to Carney. Carney in the corner to Watanabe. Back over to Carney. Runner will not go. Rebound, weak side to Young. Stanko. Resets. And Loomis.
Tight defense still from the Raiders.
Carney. Sadoff.
It's an easy layup that Quesa has to capitalize on,
Whoa!
especially down this much.
Oh my lord. Talk about going for a ball. Carney just dove past the bench behind the scorer's table.
That's something the coach likes to see, though. You're down 29 points, and you're still out there hustling, trying like it's a one-possession game, which is how Questa has to play it if they have any shot of coming back. You got to play it. Every possession matters. It's crunch time.
Sadoff back to Orozco. She fakes, looks one direction, shoots the jumper and scores. 51-20. Janelle tipped, stolen away again. Orozco does not have numbers, but takes it in between and will score. What a move. 53-20. Carney.
Oh, stolen by Sadoff.
She takes it. Loomis. Martinez. Sadoff in rhythm. Got it. 36-point lead. Timeout, Cuesta.
A much needed timeout. This deficit is now gotten to 36 points halfway through the third quarter, and right now it's sort of the same story for Cuesta. Not a lot to go off of offensively or defensively. Moore Park dominating in all facets of this game.
Raiders really in control. Cuesta needs pretty much a miracle, don't they?
They need a complete turnaround of this game. I mean, the next quarter and a half that you have left, you have to somehow outscore Moore Park by 37 points. If you hope to win, that's even just by 1. And right now, they only have 20 through 2.5 quarters. So the chances right now aren't looking too good for the Cougars. And Moore Park, one of those teams, as you've mentioned a lot of times throughout this game so far, Justin, that it's pedal to the metal till the end for them. There's no sort of let up, no sort of mercy rule for them. They go all out for the entirety of the game. So Cuesta better figure something out, or they could be looking at a lot more than a 36-point loss.
Coming up on 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Orozco tries for the steal, travel.
Definitely frustration building for Cuesta. I mean, your offense is struggling this much. You're turning the ball over consistently. I mean, you can't move the ball up the court even, or you're getting pinned at half court and turning the ball over the majority of your own possessions. And when you don't, you're forced to hold the ball to the end of the shot clock.
4:56. Loomis. Jessica Magallanes has checked in. Orozco has the ball, 9 to shoot. Back to Hutchins, who's in the game. Can't get the shot. Rebound to Janelle.
And Cuesta right now being held to less than half their average of a game through the third quarter, just about.
Gianna got it. Got it over to Jessica. Jessica up to Orozco. Orozco looking for help. Gianna now. Jessica. Back up top. Reset. Hutchins in the post. Gianna faces up and scores. 58-20. Now everybody's getting involved.
Well, this is closing on being a 40-point lead.
Caden Mew set to check back in. Orozco got the steal and stepped on the line. Ball will roll to the official.
You know, it's strange because usually when I'm covering these games, I get at least one game where the ball comes directly at my head, and it hasn't happened this year.
Well, you've ever heard of an announcer's jinx?
Well,
Justin?
yeah, I have, and I probably just did it.
The jinx is on. Now we're going to get one like 4 times in the fourth quarter to make up for the past few games. Watch.
Well,
They're
you're
just gonna
going
come
to
flying
be
at us.
putting your big paw right in my face. Foul on the floor. Magallanes had the ball. Caden Mew checks back in. Orozco on the bench.
They didn't get
They got a 5-second call there.
Yep, not in time.
First one of the day. Nearly stolen again. This time Sam has it. Over in the corner to Hallie. Hallie, and now given in the other side, Carney, who is fouled and will go to the line.
It's
20 points in
almost 3 quarters.
7 minutes of gameplay.
That's not going to get it done.
No.
That's nowhere
No.
near what's going to get you a win.
And a missed free throw again. Carney can't hit. She's had her struggles at the line today.
Now
Second one goes 58-21.
That ends another 12-point run, I believe, for the Raiders.
Magallanes, Mew. Face up, Gianna, no. Rebound, Loomis, she had the position. Puts it up, no call. Gianna, another board, no. Magallanes battling inside. Out to Mew, reset.
Great offensive sort of scramble down low for the Raiders, able to maintain control.
Mew for 3. No go. Wrestled away, and got to be careful. No
There's frustration
tech
right
call.
there. I mean, we've seen it sort of build up as the lead has built up.
Yeah. Part of it's the lead, and I think part of it is the frustration within themselves.
Bracing, Justin.
It was. I could feel it.
You're ready for it. You know that Jinx is coming to get you.
I'm like, it was directly within my eye line if it went right off her hands. Out to Carney for 3, air ball. Man, she cannot find her stroke.
I believe she's the only one that has scored this half nonetheless.
Tipped around, Mew for 3, no. Rebound over to the Cougars, that would be Young, Janelle. Up the court. Carney driving. Oh, good Lord, just threw it up right at the backboard. Instead, Magallanes with one hand corrals it. Give over to Gianna. Gianna just, I don't even know exactly what she was doing.
Kind of just a walk into the paint
Yeah.
that was stolen, and now a break press and another loose ball.
Carney, kick out. Tried to deny, gamble.
Almost got there.
Almost got it. Now over, save, didn't go into the backcourt. And Janelle will have to reset with 10 to shoot. 1:08 on the clock in the quarter, 58-21 Raiders. Corner, Carney will keep shooting it, and late whistle bailout foul. Bailed out.
That's not the best foul there
No.
from Falakajia.
And especially if Carney has missed, she's going to try to shoot her way out of the slump, but
and I mean, you're up, what, 37 points
yeah,
at the moment?
you don't need that.
You don't need to
And
be
Gianna's gonna come
getting
sit for
that
her
close to
troubles.
contest. You know?
Gianna's going to come sit for her troubles, and Skylar Dillon is back in. They go small.
Well, it happens.
.4 in the quarter, and first couple free throws are going to go. Magallanes to the board, 56 seconds in a push. Hutchins. Magallanes for three. No, off the side of the rim. Dylan tried to scramble for the rebound. Who did it go off of? It will go off of Dylan to the dismay of the bench. But when, like we keep saying, when you're up by a
35
point margin, there's not much you can gripe with the officials about.
Everything seems to be going right for you. It's
nearly stolen and fouled.
I
You
mean,
will pick up.
and this they're
Oh,
giving
no,
Moorpark the ball.
They're giving Moorpark the ball. What was the call? Was it offensive?
I think it was possibly a jump ball
or
and possession
a
error in
tie-up
favor.
arrow. I thought a foul was called.
Overall, great job from Moorpark on the defensive end. It's been the press all night long.
And they're not letting up, which is, you know, a calling card of Coach Plummer. He doesn't, you know, relax anything, even with a margin as big as this. Magallanes, no. Dylan with one arm. Dylan with one arm, skied for that board. 14 seconds they can hold for the final shot of the quarter.
I was about to mention what you were saying, not letting the gas off the pedal. I believe I saw him sit down for the first time this game.
The gas off the pedal. Did you? Wait.
I was trying to fit it in because the
No,
clock's running
no,
down. I
it
want you to
just-
have time to make your call on the last shot.
No, it just didn't work.
Foot on the pedal.
Yeah,
It was
pedal to the metal. There's a
just-
lot more you could have done with that. You just
It just
didn't do it. Jumper goes for Loomis at the end of the quarter, 60-23. Raiders by 37. As we go to the final 10 minutes.
I mean, not too much to say. It's the same sort of story as
Yep.
we've seen all game. Great defensive press from Moorpark. And
I mean, you know,
the
you
offense
never
isn't
say
there.
it's over till it's over, but it's over.
they
the
have
Raiders,
to
you
go
know,
on a 38-0 run
well, maybe
in the
not
next
even
10 minutes.
nothing run, but when you look at the shot selection you spoke about in the first half, Luke, and the lack of transition and the lack of screens, and Carney hasn't hit much.
Yeah,
They've given her the ball, and she has not delivered.
It's been a lot of just not great shots. I mean,
and it's a team that only scores, what did we say, 52 points a game.
yes, they
52
score
and a half.
52 and a half a game, and they've
So-
been held to 23 through three quarters.
The Raiders, in contrast, have scored 70 a game, 70.8. They've only allowed 52 a game, so their defense has really been stout all season, and right now, Cuesta's only got 23. They may be lucky to get near their margin tonight. Final 10. Inbounding will be Abel.
Moorpark
This
definitely
almost
on
looks like
pace.
a football formation to start. Look, all four players were lined up behind each other. Now they separate.
Mid-court's the line of scrimmage.
Yeah. Mackenzie Emmons is in. Over to Carney. She's pretty much played almost the entire game.
She's been the only one to score this half still.
And Martinez on the breakaway off the turnover. Bucket goes. Whoa! Uh-oh. Oh, you never want to see this, especially late in a game in a blowout. An injured player. One of the Cougars went down awkwardly following the play and is not in good shape. She's holding her ankle. Wonder if she twisted something on the way down. We'll get the jersey number for you in a minute when they've checked her out, and hopefully she can make her way off the court. We'll see. Dead silence here in the gym as the spectators look on. And up with the assistance of her head coach and training staff to a loud applause, and rightfully so. I believe that is Meadow Ingle, who is going over to the trainer's table to get looked at. Yep, they're taking a look at the ankle. It's her right ankle.
Send our best wishes from the booth to her and her family. 9:37 to go. Raiders nearly by 40. It's 39-point advantage.
It's something for sort of team morale that Moore Park would probably be shooting for is that 40 mark.
Nothing there. Ashley now. Jessica. Dylan. Kick! And nearly into the cheerleaders section. And it didn't come to me. Remember, we were worried about the air ball?
I mean, that's 20 feet away. It's getting closer, Justin.
Oh, stop it.
The jinx is
Stop
coming
it.
for you.
No, that's not jinx. That's karma. You're trying to get it over here.
Now because I'm saying it's going to come directly at me.
Yeah, sure. Orozco.
We'll see if they get 40.
Yep, there it is. Martinez, the basket. 42-point edge. Foul.
Well, this is first foul of the quarter. Comes on Moore Park.
You wonder if there's going to be a slower pace with a 40-point lead, but I don't think Coach Plummer is going to let up. He's
From what you've said, there is no let up.
no. And believe me, covering this team and this school and this campus for 3 years, you learn a few things. And with Coach Plummer, he's 24/7 on the go always. And 2 Raiders fought for the ball. It goes out of bounds. Abarzua and Dylan were going for it. And former assistant coach Remy McCarthy is here. He retired last year, turned over. Dylan has it. He's currently standing with new athletic director Matt Crater. He always comes back to support the women's team. He's had a long-standing relationship with Coach Plummer and this program. It's great to see him here. He was the head coach also at one point.
Great ball movement getting it inside.
Bucket goes to Martinez.
Well, Moore Park only 5 away from a 50-point
And
margin.
off
And the
of-
ball keeps getting turned over.
Yeah.
I don't think Quaces had a shot in their last 5 possessions.
Mary Jo Rodriguez comes in. Important of note, the season has officially ended for sophomore and former starter for the Raiders, Jasmine Nichols. She has been out for the last couple of weeks with a torn ACL. And unfortunately, her year is done. We do want to acknowledge her accomplishments here on this broadcast. She is a sophomore. She was not honored here tonight as part of sophomore night, not for any specific reason or any malice, of course, just because she's been hurt. She hasn't been playing with the club. That one will roll off. But she is a sophomore, and she's in her final year playing for the Raiders. Out for the remainder of it. Stolen away again. It got dribbled off the foot of Mackenzie, and that one will go. Man, she's having trouble controlling the ball. The lead is closing. We're closing in on 50.
We are. We're 4 points away from a 50-point margin. But, I mean, personally, that's the largest I've seen in basketball.
In basketball, yeah, that's pretty close.
I know there's some
the largest.
some D1 scores
Football,
that have been out
football,
there.
I've seen 60.
Yeah.
Shot clock violation. G doesn't let up. Raiders get another possession. Kind of running out of things to talk about, Luke. I mean, we're almost redundant about how well the Raiders have played today.
They've played a perfect game. Let's just
Yeah,
say that.
I
They've
mean, it's
played
about
a
as
near
close.
perfect game. There's nothing that you can complain
And,
about.
you know, it's important to note that they're getting set for a playoff run. And this is the kind of game that Coach Plummer is going to roll tape and go, this is what we need to do when we get to the postseason.
I mean, if you want your second three-peat of conference champions in school history, this is what you got to do.
They went 27-1 last year, which means over the last 2 years they are a combined 47-4, a ridiculous winning percentage and a ridiculous number. Jumper
there's
goes.
50.
We've reached the 50-point marker. Cuesta has not scored a bucket in the quarter.
Now we're halfway through. I mean, they only
I don't think they've scored a bucket since halfway through the third.
They scored 3 points in the third quarter.
All on free throws, actually. I think there was a 3-point foul.
And then free throws, yeah. And I think it was all Carney who was the only one to score in this half for Cuesta, and I believe she does lead the team in points.
Okay, I not only see Remy, but I also see Tommy. He's sitting there with the beanie. He's since retired. He finished his illustrious near 35, 40-year career with the Raiders in the winter, the fall term. And he still comes back to support the Raiders, speaking with the security personnel that's here. That one goes.
Well, there's some points.
First time we've said it. In the third quarter, we didn't see it coming. Hutchins and Loomis will check back in. 4:54 to go. Tick, tick, tock.
Moore Park's going to look to keep that 50 on the board. You know, they want to be able to say, hey, we went out there and
right,
we won,
and we
by,
won
50
by 50
points.
Yeah, now it's about bragging rights. That one trickles off the front of the rim and a rebound to Cuesta. Tipped away, couldn't save it.
I mean, at this point, Moore Park doesn't. The win and loss is not of the essence for Moore Park.
Now
they
it's
know
just,
they have this one wrapped up. It's about that, hey, we did this.
You
we,
know,
as a team, won by 50 or 40.
And we played one of the cleanest games we may have played all year.
They almost got another steal there. I mean, it just looks like pure frustration for Cuesta at this point in the game.
You know, it's interesting, too, because everybody on the Raiders has seen playing time, and they've gone through their entire bench because the benches are so thin in, community college play that
everybody's contributed.
Everybody's contributed, but it's not like they can go to anybody else to give anybody else rest either. It's like,
you don't want your starters to get hurt, so
right.
You have. I mean, your bench is playing just as well. It's a seamless transition.
Of note as well, Meadow Engel is done for the game. She has a wrap on her foot following her injury. She's sitting on the bench. Following her ankle injury when she landed awkwardly, so she will be done for the day. 4:12 left in the game, a game that cannot end soon enough for the Raiders, who will definitely improve to 21-3. I believe this is also a conference game, so 10-1. They've won 3 straight, 8-1 at home. And Cuesta will drop to 12-12 even. They will improve to.
Well, they're going to get a foul.
They will drop to 5-6 in conference play. 4-6 on the road. A foul will send Gianna to the line for 2. Svalakokia is the last name. I've been pronouncing it wrong all night. I apologize for that. Fix it now while we still have time. 3:55 to go. This is the first, makes the second, 74-27. It is now a 37-point edge. It's getting, no.
47.
What am I saying? 47.
Yeah, 47.
You know, math is hard.
I think we've mentioned it a couple times. We're not math people.
No. We have the stats printed out and researched thoroughly through our own journalistic means, and then we just use the notes.
Imagine we had to calculate shooting percentage.
No,
oh boy.
Not doing it. Becoming a statistician was not the reason I joined this industry.
You joined to talk.
I did. But also, you know, to tell stories that matter, which in this case, you know, with the Raiders making a playoff push, this will matter.
Yeah, a 45-point advantage at the moment. We'll see what it
I'm
ends up
assuming you
being.
did. You're a communications major, so.
Yeah.
Enough bragging about each other. Let's.
I don't know if we were bragging. We were talking about how bad we were at math.
Yeah, that's right. And it spewed into why we do what we do. Anyway. 3:11 to go. Good jumper. First points we've set in a good while on a bucket.
We've ended up putting,
Engel?
I believe, 8 points on the board this
wait a
quarter.
minute. Then who's on the bench? Correction. Is it Hallie that's hurt?
I can't see. Their arms are crossed in front of the number.
No. Wait. I know that face. That may be Watanabe. Maybe. In fact, I think it is Sam Watanabe. So we apologize for the mistake. We correct it there.
Yeah, I think you're correct. Yeah, you are correct with that.
Yes, it is. Watanabe is the one that was hurt.
Oh,
2:09 left.
Steal from Cuesta.
You know, as much as we sit here and go, maybe 50, I don't think it's going to be 50.
I don't think it is. Like, Cuesta's picked it up way too little, way too late, unfortunately for them. But they're fighting
what
back
do we got?
in.
Is it a timeout or a substitution?
Travel? I don't know.
I don't know. The official made some sort of bizarre motion with his hands. Anyway.
Well, now we're questioning, will it be even 40? And
well, you know, margin is margin, but a victory is a victory, and I think the dominance will
shine.
make Coach Plummer very happy at the end of the day. 1:44 to go. Miss.
Only a minute 30 to go.
Nearly turned over.
They're not giving up an inch. I mean, playing tight defense all the way up at the top of the key near the
No,
logo.
and again, you know, we repeat ourselves, but that's how this team plays. 3, got it.
A lot of late buckets here for Cuesta, putting up 35.
Mary Jo Rodriguez with the basket, checked in for the Raiders. Daisy Hummel, we haven't called her name tonight. She comes in late.
Moore Park's going to win by over double Cuesta's score. Most
Held
likely,
him
no
to
matter
35.
what happens.
Sadoff. Oh, a little more for good measure.
Nothing
Why
but
don't you
net.
pour
Nice
it on?
swish.
Pour it on with the swish. Bucket goes.
Up 42.
I think she's been the leading scorer today. It's
Wouldn't
either
doubt
her or
it.
it's Hutchins, because she's made a few.
Hutchins made 3 first half
Yeah,
threes in a row.
she was hot to start, and then 30
not shoot it.
seconds coming near the end now. People getting ready to cheer in glee for a W.
They're going to drain the clock down a little bit.
They can
Secure
They
themselves.
can take a shot clock violation if they really wanted to. They won't. Instead, they'll shoot a 3. Sadoff, no. Rebound, and that will do it.
Well, there's a chance to cut it within 30 with a 3.
Blocked.
Blocked by the
Blocked to
backboard.
end it. How about that? And the Raiders will dominate their way to a W, 77-35, setting up a postseason run. They finished their home regular season 21-3 and 10-1 in conference play, 8-1 at home. Thank you for joining us here for the Moore Park Raider live stream. I'm Justin Borsis alongside Luke Lamont, saying so long and stay tuned for possible softball coverage in 10 days' time on the 26th. We thank you for joining us and see you soon, everybody.